I'm here today because a new semester will begin soon, yet the Confederate monument known as Silent Sam still stands on the most prominent place on the UNC campus, a statue that is an offensive affront to many of UNC's faculty, students, and staff, a symbol that represents and reinforces white supremacy, a statue that should never have been given space on the UNC campus in the first place and should have been removed long ago, and to call on you, the Board of Governors, to take the necessary actions to remove the statue. I heard that it was recently stated by a member of the Board of Governors that only a handful of students were continuing to protest Silent Sam. Nothing could be further from the truth. I am a Chapel Hill native, the daughter of a UNC professor, the mother of a Carolina grad, and I'm a UNC alum, MPA 90. I retired as assistant director of the Campus Y in 2016, and I'm a member of the Golden Fleece. I'm also a member of the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom. We have been sitting in at Silent Sam in solidarity with the student protests every Wednesday from 12 to 2 p.m. since last November, taking a break in July while students are gone and plan to resume when they return. We have been there weekly with our signs and handing out leaflets to talk with members of the campus community, interested visitors, and also supporters of white supremacy who have come to taunt and abuse us. Why? This statue may be silent, but its presence speaks loudly. In fact, it shouts. It is indisputable that Silent Sam was erected in 1913 as part of the white power movement of the Jim Crow era. The Daughters of the Confederacy who paid for this statue were overt supporters of white supremacy, and Julian Carr's violently racist remarks of the dedication are well known. Silent Sam's presence is not only a narrative about this past, but reflects and reinforces the ideology of white supremacy today. UNC students have protested Silent Sam for decades. The struggle to remove the statue heightened in 2015 when Green Newsom removed the Confederate flag from the South Carolina state capitol, and again last summer when white nationalists and Nazis marched in Charlottesville and Heather Heyer was murdered. And the response to these nonviolent student protests at Carolina has been cameras, police surveillance, at least one undercover cop, barricades, and most recently the arrest of UNC history graduate student Maya Little, which who poured her own blood and red ink on Silent Sam, symbolic of the lives and blood of the African Americans who suffered under slavery, Jim Crow, racist terror lynching, and continue to suffer racial discrimination today. Federal law prohibits any university from creating a racially hostile environment. For this reason alone, the Board of Governors should act to remove a statute that stands in opposition to the inclusive and welcoming environment that UNC's own policy on discrimination purports to uphold. As we all know, federal law trumps state law, including the North Carolina law that gives only the North Carolina Historical Commission the power to remove monuments of remembrance. However, the Board of Governors has failed to even petition the Historical Commission to remove Silent Sam for reasons of public safety. As we approach the one-year anniversary of the murder of Heather Heyer, the August 20th court date for Maya Little, and the beginning of a new school year, I call on the Board of Governors to work for the removal of the statue, to drop charges against Ms. Little, and to stand for the best values of this university and our state. Thank you.